Welcome on board this Paxton flight, shortly departing from Christchurch through to Wellington. My name's Rob Graves and I'll be your captain on this flight, and along with my colleague Sven Zellberg, we'll be aiming to show you as many systems and normal airline operations during this short flight through to the capital. During this flight you'll see all our procedures from pre-flight through to engine start, taxiing out and taking off here in Christchurch and climbing our way through to Wellington. Conditions are fairly nice en route, so we'll be given some lovely views during this flight, so please sit back and enjoy this flight with us. Okay, Sven, if we'd like to get our clearance please from Christchurch to Wellington, please.
And Christchurch grounds, Paxton 1, crest clearance to Wellington at flight level 250, receipt of Quebec 1013.
Paxton 1 at Christchurch, Wellington 1, flight level 250, would end 1 Alpha departure 7250.
Okay, cleared Christchurch, Wellington 1, flight level 250 via the Wood End 1 Alpha departure, squawking 7250, Paxton 1.
So Christchurch have cleared us now for our departure and onward route to Wellington. They've cleared us via the 02 departure here in Christchurch, climbing to 25,000 feet. Okay, Sven, I'll have the before start checklist to the line, please.
Sure. Flight deck preparation
Is complete.
Lights test
Is checked.
Yaw damper
On.
navigation transfer and display switches
All normal and auto.
fuel
4 pumps on.
galley power
On.
emergency exit lights
Are armed.
passenger sides
On auto.
window heat
On.
hydraulics
Normal.
ecom packs leads
Okay, bleeds are on and set.
autopilots
Disengage.
instruments
Checked.
auto brake
RTO.
speed brake
Down detent.
braking brake
Set.
scab trim cutout switches
Normal.
fire warning
Checked.
radios radar and transponder
Are set.
rudder and aileron trim
Free and zero.
papers
Okay. Just standing by. I'll give you a briefing and then we'll hopefully get the load sheet on sorted. So Sven, for this departure out of Christchurch on stand 9, we'll be expecting a pushback and start. Taxiing clearance is required to cross runway 29 as we taxi down to the hold of Alpha 6402. The departure which we've been cleared is a Wood End 1 Alpha departure, which I'll discuss shortly. Down at the hold, Sven, we're looking at a flaps 5 28k departure, non-reducing, with a V1 of 141, a rotate of 143 and a V2 of 152, which we've set in the speed window on the NCP panel. On the takeoff roll, prior to 80 knots I'll reject for any non-normal indications. Prior to V1, any engine failure, fire or unsafe condition. At or after V1 we'll continue the takeoff. If the decision is made to go, initially we'll just climb on Wood End while we sort out whatever malfunction that we have. We have good visibility today for visual circuit if required, so we'll make that decision at the time. All going well, we'll be looking at a Wood End 1 Alpha departure. It tells us to track to Wood End, at NDB there, maintaining 3,000 feet to the NDB and then clear the intercept route. We've been cleared the Wellington route, which is via Greta, Cape Campbell into Wellington. And as we've discussed on the FMC, that routing is all in there. The MSA safety altitude for this sector to 25 miles is 7,100 feet to the north in the direction that we're going. It's an automatic frequency change to 120.9 on departure, which I'll ask you to do once we're airborne. Any questions on the briefer there?
that's fine.
Great stuff. We're just loading. Oh, in fact, there's the load sheet coming through now. Thanks very much, Paul. Okay, Sven, we've got a stabiliser trim of 5 units with the weight of, as discussed, a 0 fuel weight, giving us a takeoff weight of 59 tonnes on 0 fuel weight. That's confirmed the figures that we've got, so the V-speeds are good for that. I'll sign this off. Take our copy. Thanks very much. Thank you very much, Paul. If you can tell Shelley she can close the doors, we're ready to go. Okay, Sven, I'll just have a chat to the passengers. Sure. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. Welcome on board this Paxton 1 flight shortly departing for Wellington. My name's Rob Graves and I'm your captain on the service, and along with my colleagues Finn Zellberg, Shelley and the rest of the team, we would like to thank you for being with us. Very shortly we'll be pushing back, taking off to the north. It's a lovely day today, some lovely conditions for this flight. Down both sides of the aircraft, some lovely views. Conditions in Wellington, just a light southerly wind blowing up there. Our routing will be taking us up to the north of Wellington, where we'll be commencing the approach onto the southerly runway. Very shortly, Shelley and her team will be giving you a safety demonstration. I just ask that you give this your fullest attention for the short time that it takes. Thank you very much. Okay, there's the doors all shut, and we'll do the before start checklist below the line, please.
Okay, papers.
Okay, are all on board.
FFC CDU.
Are set and checked.
N1 and IS bugs.
Okay, are checked.
Okay, right line doors.
Closed.
Flight deck window.
Is locked.
Air conditioning packs.
Okay, the packs are off.
And anti-collision light.
Is now on.
Full start checklist completed.
Press our push and start, please, Finn.
In Christchurch ground, pack sim 1, requesting start and push with 130 POB.
Pack sim 1, cleared, start and push.
Cleared, start and push, pack sim 1.
Great stuff. And flight deck to ground. Hello ground, we've been cleared to push and start. Please confirm all doors shut, the cargo doors locked and the bypass pin is fitted. Thank you, the brakes are set. Park brake released. Thank you, cleared to start 2 and 1 on the push. Okay. Okay, Sven, would you like to start engine 2, please? So while we're pushing back now, we're a tug on the aircraft which is slowly manoeuvring us for our taxi, and Sven is now starting up the engines. We've engaged the starter, the ground start unit, and that is now rotating the inner core of the engine, the N2, and Sven is now introducing the fuel into the engine, and that will obviously increase the EGTs on the engine as the big fan section, the N1, starts to rotate. We'll be looking for a fairly stable engine start shortly. Starter cut out.
And 2 stable.
Thank you, and I'd like to repeat that with engine 2 and engine 1, please. And ground, that's park brake set. And starter cut out, Sven.
Thank you. And engine 1 stable.
So we've had 2 good engine starts now. We'll now configure the aircraft for our departure and our takeoff to Wellington. And the before takeoff checks, please. Thank you, ground. That's 2 good engine starts. You're cleared to disconnect. We'll see you at the front left with the pin. Bye now. Just a control check coming up. Full left rudder and full right rudder. We'll run the before takeoff checklist just before we get underway, so in the control here. So there's 2 good engine starts. We'll now configure the aircraft for our departure, and let's do the after start checks, please, Sven.
Electrical.
On generator.
Probe heat.
On.
Anti-ice.
Off, not required.
Aircon and pressurisation.
Bleeds on, both packs auto.
Isolation valve.
Auto.
And start levers.
Idle DT.
Okay, so start checks.
Thanks very much. We'll take flaps 5 and the taxi clearance, please.
And Christchurch ground, pack sim 1, request taxi.
Pack sim 1, beach across runway 29, beach taxi.